My name is Dan Meyer, and I am the manager of Rock Creek Hatchery. I've been working here since 1986. The function of the hatchery is to provide a recreational fishery for the sports and commercial fisheries. The species that we produce are spring chinook, fall chinook, summer steelhead, winter steelhead, coho, and rainbow trout. The history of the hatchery entailed some movement. Originally it was on the south side of Rock Creek and just north of the confluence of the North Umpqua. That was built back in the 20s, and it was a startup facility. They trapped their fish in the river. It actually began artificial propagation of the resources here in the Umpqua Basin. To work for Oregon Department of Fish and Wildlife at a hatchery, it's a condition of employment to live and work on the facility. My residence was one of the farthest away, which was about 400 yards up our driveway on McCarn Lane. I raised my family here the entire time I've been here. I guess it started with us hearing the wind that was forecast. Sounded like a jet plane going over our house at 3 o'clock in the morning. And on the way back from town, I heard there was a change, there was 2 fires. Called my wife, and she said, yeah, I know, we're on level 1 now. We're getting things ready to go. So I went up to our house and started to load up things and help load things up there. And evacuators came in, said it's level 3, you gotta go. And you know, we were watching the sky, smoke coming over the ridge over here, pretty dark black. They said it was on both sides of the river coming our way pretty quickly. We got up to Rock Creek Road, there was a big string of cars coming out. We met up the next morning, and it was just total devastation. Couldn't hardly see maybe 50 feet in front of you. We had our N95 masks on, and structures were gone. Our houses were gone. The Rockhead building was standing. Our generator room was standing. Our U.S. post office boxes were still intact, but yet 15 feet away, the Liberation truck melted down. So what was lost was 80% of the structures on the facility, 15 structures. There was 5 residences, the hatch house, a large equipment garage. All the equipment was lost. The fish we lost from the fire was approximately 800,000 juveniles. We lost the entire year production of chinook, salmon, coho, and steelhead trout. But luckily enough, there was enough water seeping through the intake up there on Rock Creek to keep the adults alive. We brought in 8 tanker trucks and salvaged the fish, transported them to Coal Rivers where they had a place for them. My job responsibility for the salvage operation was to be sure the site was safe and let my boss know how many fish we needed to salvage, coordinate where they were going to go, also logistically how to get those fish out of the holding pens, which were burnt to the water line. We just had enough people power to do that. The operation went very smoothly. 7 trucks evacuated the 700 fish to Coal Rivers Hatchery, fertilized about 500,000 eggs. There's 332,000 juveniles down there awaiting growing and awaiting their release here at the hatchery. You know, the biggest changes that I've found and that just are somewhat haunting Every time I go back and look at old pictures of the facility, was how lush and green everything was. And how it can be just wiped out within 24 hours. And the vast area that was wiped out up the north. And when you travel out of the fire, footprint comes back to how it used to be. And the thing that's so impactful is how long it's going to take to recover back to where it was. We're talking century, more than decades, for it to, if it's ever going to be the same. It's unimaginable to me. I just can't fathom how it's going to come back the way it was.